Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. The Thargoids, still ever present outside the inhabited bubble here in the Pleiades sector, have come across a science vessel. This one is a Sanchez class ship, and yes, it's one of the new megaships, something a little bit unlike what we've seen before, and as you can see here, it's rather badly damaged. Now, what the Thargoids want still very much a mystery, and I guess some could argue it's been dragged out a little bit too long. And others still will argue that the Thargoids present at all these sites are probably not the Thargoids actually involved in these attacks, but the coincidences are starting to mount up a little bit too high, as they are indeed present nearly every single time. Now, it was a month ago, back at FX 2017, where we saw a brief glimpse of a new type of Thargoid, but as yet, they're still not here. Now, I was unable to find a data point on this megaship, so I have no idea what the story is to it or what the history is. I did have a good look around just to make sure, but if anyone else has come across anything, I'd love to hear from you. Even without a background story to this though, it does look suitably epic, doesn't it? This week's community goal saw a return to Thargoid focused events. One of them was search and rescue. You had to come to sites like this or the other unidentified signal sources and pick up the escape pods, the damaged escape pods, and any other type of escape pod. The second part of the community goal is combat focused, and it involves taking on and taking down the Thargoids themselves, and then taking the combat bonds to the station here in this system. Now, unfortunately, I missed the search and rescue one. That was completed very quickly. But nonetheless, I thought I'd come to an unhuman signal source and rescue a few escape pods anyway and hand them in. Now, if you're into combat, if you're quite good at taking down the Thargoids, or if you fancy doing it in a wing, then there is a reasonable amount of money to be made from it. And that community goal is still very much active. Now, these two new community goals do pose a very interesting question. It's the first time really that Aegis have directly interfered with Thargoid operations. Firstly, picking up the escape pods, which Thargoids themselves seem to want to take in, and attacking them directly. So the question really is, are the Thargoids going to respond? And if so, how are they going to do that? And perhaps more importantly, when are they going to do it? Come on now, let's get moving with this story. Nearby, and still very much within the Pleiades sector, a new INRA base has been found, and this one has a rather curious message. Keep in mind that the following could be considered a spoiler, so you may want to stop viewing now. The messages here then talk about this base being set up as bait, a trap for the Thargoids. But as you'll see, when the Thargoids finally arrive, the ship is somewhat different to what INRA have seen up until this point. But this leaves us with a very significant and open question. The Thargoid scout ships, the smaller ones we've seen crashed on planets, might have been the only Thargoid ships INRA had seen up to this point. If so, then the larger ship they mention in these messages could perhaps be the Cyclopses we've seen. But if not, and there's something larger out there, then we could all perhaps be heading for very real trouble. At any rate, here are those messages.
Everything is in place. If the Thargoids take the bait, this facility should come under attack very soon. And when it does, we'll find out if our new weapons are worth a damn. It's taken a lot of time and effort to make this place look like an important military site. I just hope they fall for it. It's about time we started fighting back. Everyone's on edge. It's like seeing an approaching storm and waiting for it to break. The air is heavy with the threat of violence. Maybe they didn't take the bait. Maybe we hid it too well, or maybe we didn't hide it well enough. What if they realize this is a trap? I suppose it's too late to worry about that now. All we can do is watch the sky and wait.
Contact confirmed. Thargoids 1,000 light seconds from sight and closing. Ready all weapon systems and prepare to fire on my order. We've only got one shot at this and I don't want to miss. Wait. What is that? That's not a regular Thargoid ship. It's huge. Will somebody scan that thing? And tell command we've got a mothership here. And get them the data as soon as possible. All right. That's close enough. Fire all batteries!
test unsuccessful. Target suffered minimal damage. Site lost. All operatives lost.